Good morning, sunshine. Did you sleep well? Okay. Me? Yeah, actually. Shocking. I actually stayed asleep all night. It's really weird. I don't know what was different last night. What did I do? I was freaking in edit mode. I was in narrate edit mode. Yeah, freak. Do you know what my list of things I need to do looks like? It's a little insane. It's a little crazy. I was able to finish recording 3 narrations. But then I added on 2 more collabs to it. This list will never go down. Ever. Never, ever. I said I like to keep busy, and Jesus. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you pray for. Yeah, I was telling you about my visit with my sister and my nieces and nephew. You know I have an education degree, right? Yeah, I have an education degree. How have I not told you that? I feel like it's like I've told a lot of people, so I assume that you also know, but there's no reason. It's like you tell so many people that you just assume that it magnetizes to all the people it needs to know. Anyway, right, so I was staying in the hotel with my sister, my niece's daughter, and at some point my sister started trying to help teach her granddaughter, my niece, how to write numbers. Yeah, she was trying to teach her how to write numbers. And my sister's older than me. She's old school. So her idea of teaching her how to recognize numbers and count and write numbers down was, pretty much just repetition, right? To make her do the same thing over and over again, and hopefully it'll stick. But it didn't stick with her. She would write the number maybe 5 times, and then my sister would be like, okay, well, what number is that you just wrote? And she wouldn't know what it was. She wouldn't remember. But this went on for maybe 10, 15 minutes. And when you are trying to learn something and it's not working for 10 minutes, those are the longest 10 minutes of your life. You wish that you never saw that number or thing again. And so I'm sitting there and I'm watching her trying to drill how to write the numbers 1, 2, 3 in this little girl's head. And it's painful to watch. It's even more painful to watch when my niece starts crying. She's frustrated. And I get that 1,000% when you feel like you're not getting it. And maybe there's something wrong with you. You internalize that. So I'm watching her, trying to remember how to write the number 3. for the 100th time, and I'm looking at my sister. She notices that I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at my niece crying, and she just says she cries all the time. Don't worry about it. She cries all the time. And that really pissed me off. To no end. It pissed me right off because it shouldn't. That shouldn't be an excuse. I've been there, you know. I've been the student who didn't get the freaking multiplication. You know, when you do the two numbers, one on top of the other, I couldn't understand how to do the top number and the cross number and whatever. I couldn't get multiplication. And I thought that there was something wrong with me because everyone else in the class seemed to get it, but not me. And no matter how hard I tried to do the math problem, it never came out right. But I'm looking at that little girl, and my heart is breaking for her. My sister doesn't change her tactic. She continues the drill method that isn't working. And the only change that she makes is that she gives my niece a Kleenex to wipe her face. You need a minute to wipe your face? Go ahead, take a minute to wipe your face. That's what she says. She doesn't have any experience with teaching children. I don't expect her to know that if something isn't working, you shift. And even if it is working, you still shift. Because it's not just about teaching a child how to do something. It's about getting it to stick. It's about not just teaching them visually, it's about teaching them by touch, by action, by imagination, by so many other things. There's so many other things she could have tried. So, I took my niece. I brought her over to me. I couldn't watch that anymore. How do you explain that to a child? She's so young. It meant so much. I brought her over to me, and I sat her on my lap, and I dried her tears, and I told her, this is a little hard. This is really hard. Like, I can tell that you're upset. It's okay. I fucking love that kid. I saw myself in her, though. You know. You sit in that class, and you internalize all of that and focus it on yourself, but you never really learned how to ask for help. Yes, you raise your hand, but it's more than just raising your hand. I never really knew how to ask for help. I just figured I needed to work harder on it. That it's just something in me that's not getting it. So, I guess that's just my way of saying that, I wish that students knew that, you know, it's not their fault. You're in school. You assume that the teacher knows what they're doing. And they might know what they're doing, but it's just that they are not do I put it? Like they assume you know. They don't realize you don't know until it's test time and no one gets it right. I think that's important for your students to know. It's not their fault. Maybe you just need to teach the teacher how to teach you. You know, they have so many different types of students and backgrounds and learning abilities and what have you, but they don't know how to reach you, and maybe they don't have enough time to reach you. Just so freaking sad. Don't even get me started with that. But yeah, the sad thing is I love math now. But it took me it wasn't until I was in like a remedial class in college to realize that I loved math. When I got a teacher who could teach. Like they were a teacher that specialized in teaching students who didn't get it. Call it what you will. And he explained everything. He was there after class. He never gave you that whole, what do you want now kind of reaction when you raised your hand. He was the best. I wanted to be a math teacher because of him. And then I shadowed some teachers and I was like, we could try doing these things. These things might help. And they were like, no, that's not going to happen. They were like, why do you want to be a teacher? But yeah, that was like one of the most trying times of that visit. There were a few of them, but that's the one that really stuck out. I hope you're doing well. I have a lot of work to do. I'm gonna try to talk to you tomorrow. Yeah, I have to get going. I know that you have to start getting ready for your thing, so I don't want to keep you. Maybe tomorrow you can talk my ear off for once. Alright, hon. I'll talk to you later, okay? Alright, bye.